Exodus 21 to 17. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. Shall not make for yourself carved image or anything, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me, showing steadfast love to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. The seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. In it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter or your male servant or your female servant or your livestock or the sojourner who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. Shall not murder, shall not commit adultery, shall not steal, shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or his female servant, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that is your neighbor's. Amen. So, muna ang 10 words of the covenant. Karon hapon atong i-consider ang 6 nga commandments sa Ginoo sa 10 words of the covenant. The 6th commandment, consider nato which will ang question is nasa question and answer 134. And then ato day i-consider ang 135 nga nagpahitungod ang pangutana may tungod sa duties required in the 6th commandment. So duha karon ang 134, 135. So ang question 134 nag-ingon lang dinhi, which is the 6th commandment. Asa ang 6th commandment? The 6th commandment, ang tubag is that karing command, thou shall not kill. And then question and answer 35, what are the duties required in the 6th commandment? Ingon dinhi, the duties required in the 6th commandment are all careful studies and lawful endeavors to preserve life of ourselves and others by resisting all thoughts and purposes, subduing all passions, and avoiding all occasions, temptations, and practices which tend to the unjust taking away the life of any, by just defense thereof against violence, patient bearing of the hand of God, quietness of mind, cheerfulness of spirit, a sober use of meat, drink, physic, sleep, labor, and recreation, by charitable thoughts, love, compassion, meekness, gentleness, kindness, peaceable mind, and courteous speeches and behavior, forbearance, readiness to be reconciled, patient, bearing and forgiving injuries, and requiting good for evil, comforting and succoring the distressed, and protecting and defending the innocent. So muna ang tubag. So of course, daghan kay sila gilist di ang mga divines, dili na siya exhaustive. Diba? Dili exhaustive, but yet atong tan-awon ang divisions nga ilang gipangbutang diha and learn from them. So first is, what is the 6th commandment? The 6th commandment is thou shall not kill. Ato is thou shall not commit murder, because that is the exact words that is supposed to be ang translation ba sa thou shall not kill. Many misunderstood kanang gitawag nga thou shall not kill as all killings, and all killings, dili all killings are unlawful, na yung mga killings nga lawful, di ba? So in other words, the unjust taking away of life of any person, ang thou shall not kill is a murder. That is the unjust taking away of the life of any person, because there are ways to take one's life lawfully. For example, ang nasod, kung na siya, even an Old Testament, na sila capital punishment. Capital punishment is not the violation of thou shall not kill, the 6th commandment. Di ba? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, the lex talionis nga law is legal, is according to the words of God. So, ang munang kaniyadto, pag impose sa gobyerno sa gitawag og capital punishment, daghan kay mo against, di ba? Roman Catholic will go against it. went against it because mayon sila nga ang balaod sa Dios thou shall not kill. But punishing ang tao sa iyang crime, heinous crime, sa pagpatay sa iyaha is biblical na. Di ba? Ang Ginoo mismo nagcommand ana. So, the thou shall not kill, the kill there is the unlawful or unjust taking away of life. So, sa katao. In other words, it is lawful, like ang mga sundalo, siyempre, kung di nila patyon ilang kaaway, sila may mamatay. Di ba? So, ang ilang pagpatay, dili na siya against the sixth commandment. Gawas, of course, that is why na mga balaod ang gubat, na balaod sa kanang gitawag ng mga prisoners of war. Di ni mo na pwede nga kung mo surrender na ang imong kaaway, imong dakpon, pamatyon na mo sila, dili na pwede, that's murder. Di ba? Pero samtang nag-engage mo sa gubat, pag pinatyana mo diha, legal na tanan. Depende ra sa inyo kinsay maiguunag, maulo diha, Ginoo ra diha po nagtugot ana nga sentensyahan ka. But again, ang kana nga mga kinds of killing, taking one's life, those are lawful. So dili na siya violation sa sixth na commandment. So again, as other commandments gatong nagian na ay mga requirement, ay mga duties required na po sins to be avoided. So proceed ta sa question and answer 135 because mo ni atong focus ron. Taas-taas ni siya kayo. So I hope you bear with me. Kay taas po na kung panahon nga nagbalay ani. Okay, so duties required in the sixth commandment. So dinita mo focus. So what is important is ang sixth commandment is the lawful, or rather ang gibawal is the unlawful, unjust taking of one's life. So the duties required in the sixth commandment, the answer given by the divines here is money. The duties required in the sixth commandment are all studies and all in lawful endeavors to preserve life of ourselves and others. In other words, ang duty nato ni nga commandment, the general duty, the duties generally, in other words, required in the sixth commandment are simply the preservation of life of all, the preservation of life sa tanan, that is of ourselves and others, and then not just the life of some, not just the life of the privileged nga mga tao sa community, dili lang kay lives sa mga tigulang, lives sa mga tanon, but lives sa tanan, including the lives of the unborn children. That's why abortion is a murder. It is against this command. So again, ang general nga requirement sa mao nga command is simply to preserve the life of everyone. To preserve the life of everyone, including unborn children. That is the point, to preserve the life of everyone. That is, we must do whatever is necessary and lawful to preserve the life of everybody. In other words, natay angay pambuhaton to preserve the life. Dili lang kay magtanga tag di ta mo patay. Di ta mo patay, it is one way of preserving because sinato sila patyon. But dili lang diha atong duty. We must do whatever necessary to preserve life. That's why ang catechism, if you notice, na ingon din ang tubag din na, the duties required in the sixth commandment are all careful studies. Careful studies. Gitawag the lawful endeavors. So to preserve life is, in other words, to do everything necessary na mapreserbar gyud ang kinabuhi. Now, what does all careful studies mean? Si host ningon siya, this includes every form of human research planning directed toward the preservation of life. For example, it includes such varied matters as scientific investigations of the causes and prevention of diseases, studies of chemistry directed toward discovering drugs which will save life or prevent suffering, or plans for preventing, for example, traffic ng mga rules and regulation to preserve life. That is studies, magstudihan na ito, dili maligsan ang tao, because again, we have the duty to preserve. Ingon po siya din plans for preventing traffic accidents on the highways, designing lighthouses by which ships can be warned of dangerous rocks, agricultural research for which the productivity of the soil can be increased, and the development of swift and efficient means of communication by which quick relief can be brought to the suffering time of disasters such as earthquakes, fires, flood, and so on. So in other words, we do whatever it takes. di ba? I-develop nato ang communication, di ba? Kay para dali ta ka communicate in kasog nay katalagman aron ma-preserbar ang ilang kinabuhi. Kay kung di nato i-develop ang communication, nga magtelegrama pa ta nga nangalumos ng mga tao, di ba? Nangamatay na dito, wala gikaon, dugay kay mabot ang telegrama, pag-abot magis telegrama, di magiging klaro kay minugbo ra kang isulat kay bayran man nimo matag litra, di ba? So and the development of those things and these things, di ba, are necessary because it is necessary to preserve, it is important to preserve life. So mga tambal, mga doctors, di ba, tanan magtuon ta, tanaw na tuon say ganong na may pandemic unsaon pagsulbad ani nga di tani mo utro kay para ma-preserve ang kinabuhi. So that is what it means when the Catechism says all careful studies, di ba? And then what is meant by lawful endeavors to preserve life of ourselves and others. Si boss ningon na pud siya, this means all effort directly and indirectly aimed at the preserving human life, excepting such effort as may be wrong because forbidden by the law of God. Yun siya. Thus, it is our duty to try to preserve our own life and our neighbor's life but not telling a lie or by denying Christ or by betraying our God-given responsibility to our country. So we may not do evil that good may come, even in order to preserve our own life or some other person's life. That is, we must not lie to preserve our lives and others at the expense of the lives of others. Say, mamakakta. Inauto na itong uban kay para sila'y patyon, dili kita. Di ba, say, kanang na mga, for example, na ay crime, madalambigit ka, o niya, appeal ka sa crime, o niya, para ma-save ni mo yung konglingon, iduot ni mong uban. Sila'y gibitay, ikaw wala. Di ba? So, inana ba? Napo yung mga cases like kung mamakakta kay ang nangita sa atong igsuon mupatay sa iyaha. So, mamakakta kay para ma-preserve iyang life. Diba? But lisod mo kay mutugan ta, di ba? Especially kung dautan gid lugar siya, angay siyang patyon kay nakahimo siya dautan na, di ba? So depende na sa imo, pero kung like ang gobyerno mangita sa iya, authority mangita sa iya kay angay siya bitayon kay nakakommit siya sala, we don't need to tell a lie to preserve one's life because that is not preserving one's life. Because again, ang balaod sa Ginoo, it does not forbid the lawful taking away of one's life. That's not forbid. So, dili ta necessary makak. Aya pong another example ni Vospod is kanang we deny Christ para ma-preserve mamakakta ba? Para ma-preserve atong life, which is means that is unlawful preservation of life. You deny Christ. That's why ang mga martyrs is they kept their faith in Christ to the extent that patay sila. In other words, mga martyrs, naguna-una sila when they keep their lives, they preserve their lives by denying Christ. That is unlawful. That is unlawful. The unlawful preservation of life. So again, a point lang din sa kaning first nga portion sa atong answer is that ang atong buhaton is we must do whatever it takes to preserve life. But that whatever it takes will be lawful, all lawful means and ways to preserve life, like to start careful study and lawful endeavors to preserve life. Now, the sixth commandment requires us, again, to do whatever is necessary and lawful to preserve life of everybody, and this includes, dagan kayo sila gibutang diha ng mga enumerate ba nga angay nato nga matikdan pod. But kung tanaw na nimo, that can be divided or categorized into three categories kanang mga answers o kanang mga ipangbutang diha sa mga divines para masimple na ito masabtan on how we are to preserve life gawas sa all careful study and lawful endeavors, because to preserve life includes these three things. In other words, so includes these three things. So mind these three things. First is to preserve life, which is our duty, is to safeguard the life of everybody. To safeguard the life of everybody. Second, to defend the life of everybody. Safeguard, to defend, and then to support or to promote the life of everybody. So kana tulo na ka categories nga akong nakita diha para mas simplify nato ning answer nga masabtan nato maayo. So first is gawas sa gitawag nga all careful studies and lawful endeavors to preserve life. This also includes first to safeguard the life of everybody. So ang atong answer ingon diha, the duties required in the sixth commandment are all careful studies and lawful endeavors to preserve life of ourselves and by others. Anya, notice dayon diha sa atong answers na yung mga tulo ka by diha. By, in fact, kaning atong first nga category to safeguard the life of everybody is the first by nga imo manotice diha. There are 3 bys diha, BY. You see? So the first by diha ang makita is this is to safeguard the life of everybody. Ingon dinhi, by resisting all thoughts and purposes, subduing all passions and avoiding all occasions, temptations and practices which tend to unjust taking away the life of everybody. In other words, how do we keep the life of everybody safe? Because our duty is not only careful study and lawful endeavor, but as well as to safekeep or to safeguard the life of everybody. How? First, ningon ang katekism din by resisting all thoughts and purposes na maghatod sa imo sa unjust taking away of life. In other words, this simply means plotting evil to kill person. So para nga ma-safety ang imong higala, ang imong isig kaingon, ayaw yun pagplano og dautan nga imo siyang patyon kay diha magsugod ang tanang murder. Ang tanang pagpatay diha magsugod sa imong evil nga thoughts ug imong purposes sa imong heart. That's why din para ma-safety. Think of inani. Think of ako, inyong pastor, na ako'y evil thought nga usan nga pamatyon tagyud mo. Dili na mo safe diri. Di ba? Think of kanang makita kog mga salida nga naminyo sila, unya nindot kay ng pagkaminyo, and then nanganak siya, nailay mga anak, unya naguban sila sa ilang ani nga amahan, and later on sa story gimurder sa papa ang mama, ang mga anak tanan gipatay niya tanan. Think of inana nga nahitabo nga iyan ang taas kay nga panahon nga iyan ang gipamalandungan pamatyon ko niya kong mga anak kay nakita siya lain babae for example sa uban nga mga kaso pamatyon niya. Think of tan-aw nimo ang mga bata nga nag-uban sa ilang papa, nagapos-gapos sa ilang papa nga natulog. They were never safe the eye in the very first place. Why? Because wala sa iyang papa. Dili sila safety sa presence sa ilang papa because naay murderous thoughts ng ilang papa. You see kita, para ma-safety ang uban ng mga tao sa itong pamilya because duty nato to keep safe their lives. First, daingon ang katekism, resist all thoughts and purposes na maghatod sa imo sa pagkuha sa ilang kinabuhi. So this is plotting. Murder begins from within in the thoughts and intentions and purposes of the heart. Diha magsugod. They murdered Christ sa taas nga panahon ilang giplanuhan nga ilang patyon si Christ. Di ba? Remember that Jesus taught to resist anger for it leads to murder from the heart. So diha pa lang sa imong huna-huna daan na kasuko, ayaw tugti nga mo turn into bitterness and then to murder from the heart. And later on, mo resulta yun sa physical, actual nga pag-murder. So, para ma-safety ang uban, di ba? Baga, para ma-safety ko sa imo, ay yun, pag unang nagdautan sa kuha ang imo kong patyon. Nana kasimple ang pasabot sa mga divines. Acts 23:12, yung dini, when it was day, the Jews made a plot and bound themselves by an oath neither to eat nor drink till they had killed Paul. See, mo na siyang kasabot. Plano, mag-plotting, diyan na magsugod sa imong una-una. They failed to kill Paul, but they sinned against the sixth commandment by plotting itself. So, ila palang plano daan, as sumala sa ingon ni Jesus, di ba, napay bitterness kasuko din nahimong nakakommit na ta sa murder, which is a violation and a sin against the sixth commandment. So how do we keep safe? Everybody safe sa itong palibot? Resist all thoughts and purposes, evil thoughts and purposes that will lead you to take your life. Second, by subduing all passions. Na diya sa itong answer. So you follow your answer daw. Pwede ni mo linyahan para makita ni mo nga itong i-discuss na isa-isa. By subduing means to put down by force or to bring under control by force or authority. That is, ang passions there, we need to subdue is imog yun na kay power and authority to subdue there, to suppress kana nga mga passions. In other words, kana nga passions, these are evil passions like anger, hatred, bitterness, di ba? Imo nang isuppress sa imong sulod. Kaya kung di na nimo i-suppress, di na nimo i-subdue, nga mahupay ang imong hunahuna og pagbati against anyone, mo resulta na later on leadsan sa murder sa heart, and then later on leading mo resulta sa pagpatay actually. So in other words, for the safety of others, subdue, control, bring by force of the will nimo, that is willful or willfully, bring nimo willfully ang imong passion under control, because the devil will use it against you to commit sin of murder, even murder from the heart. So Ephesians chapter 4 verse 26 to 27, ingon si Paul, be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and give no opportunity to the devil, because when you keep your anger, when you do not subdue your passions, your anger, your hatred, your bitterness, the devil will use it to take one's life, or even to kill and murder people from your heart. In other words, you see, makita nimo pag na bitterness, di ba? Mahimo gidang pwedeng mahulog sa pagsala batok sa Sixth Commandment. In other words, dili na safety ang mga tao sa tong palibot kung natay evil thoughts, natay dili subdued nga mga passions, dili control nga passions. Third part sa gitawag para maka-follow mo, to safeguard the life of everybody, resist evil thoughts, subdue evil passions. And number 3 is by avoiding all occasions, temptations, and practices which tend to the unjust taking away of the life of any. First is we must avoid any temptation that will lead to the sin, as well as, di ba, as not to tempt others to do so. 2 Samuel chapter 2 verse 22. Ngayon si Abner mo ni ang general ni Saul. Sa diyang si Abner, wala na si Saul, si David na ang king. Ang mga katawhan ni David, iyang mga general, iyang mga sundalo, gusto nila pamatyon tong mga sundalo ni mga general ni King Saul, para nga wala na yung makakudita, makapuli sa iyaha, and besides they've done evil, di ba, kaniadto, and to them is they must be punished with death. And so si Abner, sa diyang gilakang siya ni Asahel, igsuon ni Joab. Si Joab mo ni ang general ni David, di ba? Mo ni ang kalebel ni Abner, si Saul, ng Abner, and then si Joab is si David. Samtang gilakag ni Asahel si Abner para iyang patyon. Si Abner, think of Abner as the general ni Joab, general rather ni King Saul, banggiitan kay ni sa gubat, di ba? Warrior ni siya. And then iyang giwarningan si Asahel nga naglakag sa iya. He said, turn aside from following me, kay iyang manggilakag. Why should I strike you to the ground? How then could I lift my face to your brother Joab? In other words, si Abner is telling Asahel nga galakag, please, ayaw ko tintala nga mapatay ta ka. Ayaw ko tintala nga mapatay ta ka. Kasi likayan niyo ang mga panahon nga matintal ka sa pagpatay sa uban, or ayaw sa tintala ang uban nga mapatay kanila. In other words, ay did sila i-provoke og maayo to the extent nga wala na sila kapugong ilan anong kang mahinaykan. You see, to preserve the lives, to safeguard the lives, to preserve the lives of everybody, we must keep them safe from the temptation nga makakumit sila ani nga sin. So you see, an example kini, si Abner is saying again nga ayaw ko tintala. So di kaya nimo to avoid all occasions, temptations, and practices. So here is an occasion nga pwedeng matintal si Abner to kill Asahel. And then notice nato sa story, di ba, iyan yung gipatay ko, sa patuog yun siya, napatay siya. So provoking people to anger is tempting them to hurt us or even kill us. So to save them, para ma-safety sila aning tuman, ayaw sila i-provoke. And at the same time, ayaw ibutang imong kaugalingon sa temptation na makapatay ka. In other words, subdue ang imong evil na passion, kasuko. Diba? When you are tempted to commit murder or to be bitter and to be angry with them na makakommit kang murder sa heart, so you subdue your passions and then you resist all thoughts and purposes of taking away one's life. So first is, ang atong pag-avoid is avoid occasions and temptations, and then we must again avoid temptations and we must avoid occasions. Occasions that lead us to fall into the sin of taking one's life. Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 8, ngayon din, when you build a new house, You shall make a parapet for your roof, that you may not bring the guilt of blood upon your house if anyone should fall from it. In other words, i-avoid na to ang mga occasions or mga circumstances na pwedeng maghatod sa kamatayon sa uban. Muna nga kung magbalay kuno ka, pagbalay ka, kung naa kay rooftop, butangi yun nagparapit, butangi o kanang pareana ba, nga murag boundary ba, nga dili mahulog imong bisita dito. Kaya kung dili na nimo siya butangan, in other words, wala ka mag-safeguard sa life sa uban. Kung matagak na siya diag, mamatay siya, manubag ka sa Ginoo, yung blood will be on your house and even nilili lang sa imong balay nga physical on your whole household. You see, so makita nimo nga tungod kay naatay duty nga dili nato ibutang ang mga tao sa okasyon nga pwede nilang ikamatay. Di ba? We must always, in other words, take precautionary measures for the safety of others. If we see any possibility or possible occasions that endangers the life of others, and when we do nothing to prevent it, again, wala pa sila namatay, but we sin against the sixth commandment, which is our duty to safeguard the lives of everybody. Like kanang putting of early warning device is a good example of taking into account the safety of others. Di ba? Kung naay maggubaan og sakyanan, butangan nimo early warning device para nga ang mga other traffic ma-warn sila nga naa ka diya nagunong kada, especially sa kurbada. Kurbada nga di ka makita, so imong early warning device ibutang nimo sa area nga makitaan. Ang purpose ana kay dili kay para di ka mabanggaan kay madami sa imong sakyanan. Ang purpose ana para di ka kapatay og mga taong ibutang nimo sa okasyon nga pwede silang ikamatay kay wala ka naghimog precautionary na measure to prevent and to safeguard their lives. You see, so kita mo follow ta sa mga rules and regulations sa kalsada, like kanang mga putting early warning device kung madautan ta, di ba? And then tungod kay duty na sa atong gobyerno to preserve life, and it is also our duty to preserve the life of others. That's why we follow those regulations kung madautan ta dias kalsada. So anything makita nimo sa imong balay nga pwedeng ikamatay, di ba? Hagdanan nga ligyas kay sa nga tanan kay basa siya, bahala na nagbasa diya, ulan, no? Sila na bahala diya. Nagday matagak diya unya, napakog, nabuna lang ulo, namatay, manubag ka sa Ginoo kay in the first place wala nimo prevent ang okasyon nga pwede nilang ikamatay. You see, because we are to safeguard everybody nga dili sila mamatay sa panahon nga dili pa angay nilang ikamatay. So first is ang atong duty to avoid, i-avoid na tong temptation, i-avoid na tong occasion, and then ingon din we must avoid all gitawag nga practices. Sa man practices that tend to the unjust taking away of life. That is, any activity that put our life and lives of others at risk. Di ba kanang gitawag ng mga extreme sports? Na yung mga extreme nga mga sports, di ba, nga mga lukso dito sa pangpang, tag-as kaysa nga tanan, di ba, dili magparasyot. Di ba? They're putting their lives at risk and even putting the lives of others at risk kaning mga extreme nga mga sports. That's why we must not encourage our children nga mo engage sila aning activity. Because kung engage sila aning activity, imo silang gibutang sa practice nga dili nila gina-safety ang ilang kinabuhi. Di ba? It is kanang mga extreme nga mga sports manggod, mura na siya suicide. Suicide ang tawag ana. Di ba? Na-suicide ka ba? Masay mabot man ka sa finishing line, wa ka mamatay. Kaya na may mag-suicide usahay nga inig ambak dili mamatay gyud kay luyat ang katong kahoy nga ilang hiktan, di ba? So in other words, putting your life at risk by doing or engaging in practices and activities that endangers your life, the life of your children, and the life of others is sin against this commandment. And then reckless driving, di ba? Reckless driving, another example, reckless driving, mag-drive ka. Anya, ang imong reckless driving, you put your own life at risk. You're not preserving your life. You're not keep saving your life, as well as the lives of those imong passengers. So you see, kung reckless driver ka, di ka magbalik-balik diya suban, bahala na ng kuan diya. Ampo na tag maabot atong dapit, sirit-sirit ka, sirit-sirit. You're putting at risk the lives of others. You're guilty of the sixth commandment by not doing your duty to safeguard the lives of others. So you see, I hope maka-learn ta ani. I hope nga tungod ni maghinay kita kay makasala man ta sa sixth commandment, mabutang man sa risgo ang mga bata sa ato ang palibot or mga pasahero nato ang mga bata pa or anybody diya sa tong passengers. So we must avoid to safeguard the life of others. That is our first duty, the first category. And then we resist evil thoughts, purposes, subdue passions, di ba nga, di ta ka commit og sin or we cannot murder people, and then avoid occasions, temptations, and practices. So i-avoid nato na mga butang. So Proverbs chapter 1 verse 10, 11 na ingon dinhi, my son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood, let us ambush the innocent without reason. That is a practice to take away one's life. Ayaw participate, ana. Di ba? Uso kayo ang practice sa mga bugoy-bugoy nga mamarigla. Di ba? Ganyan, ang isulti tag-iro, usay magbike ka, pariglahan tas mga iro, nakagaon ta nila, kailatang paakon. Ayaw pag-participate sa mga buhat, sa mga bugoy-bugoy nga basta-basta lang mangulata, mang tripping dia sa mga tao, hantod nga makapatay na hinuon. So, we have the duty to safeguard everybody's life. So, that is the first. So, I hope may mo nang nasabtan. So, first is we have the duty to safeguard the life of everybody, including ours, by resisting all thoughts, purposes, subduing all passions, and avoiding all occasions, temptations, and practices which tend to just taking away all the life of any. The second duty, the second category nga manotice nimo na sa second by, ang sunod nga by diha after sa the life of any na sunod nga by diha. So that is the duty to defend life of everybody. So first is safety nato ang life sa tanan, safety nato against sa atong thoughts and feelings and so on. And then second is to defend gyud kung may attack. Di ba? To safety is precautionary, and then to defend is actively nga mupugong ta sa anything that would endanger the life of others. So we have the duty to defend the life of everybody, including ours. Ingon ang tubag diha, by defense or by just defense thereof against violence, patient bearing the hand of God, quietness of mind, cheerfulness of spirit, a sober use of meat, drink, physique, sleep, labor, and recreation. Of course, again, the list is not exhaustive. But first, we must defend our life from physical danger. Our lives and the lives of others against physical danger. A just defense thereof against violence. The word there, just, is in just defense means we must defend ourselves against violence justly and rightly and properly. Diba? In a way that is justifiable. In other words, kung naay violence or naay maka-endanger sa imong life, if you can subdue that person without killing, ayaw patya. Diba? Just ways. Makatarunganon nga pamaagi to defend yourself. You see? In fact, in other words, we must not resort to take one's life kung naay violence that endangers our life. Una ginatong buhaton to defend ourselves is to run away, to keep ourselves safety. Kung naay danger, kung naay nagwara-wara diag sundang, sibat, ayaw pagpaduol-duol diya. Di ba? That is, or isipti nimo ang mga tao nga, di ba? Sa anak nga violente ba nga occasion nga pwedeng mamatay sila, because you have the duty to prevent and the duty to defend, di ba? And then kung magkinahanglan gyud nga imo siyang pakungon para makamata siya or pakungon para mahuman ang danger or ang violence sa iyang gabuhaton, do your duty to defend the lives of others. So, di ba? Do na tay duty nga ato ng buhaton. But again, just ways, pamagi nga sakto, justifiable ang means nga atong gibuhat to defend the lives of others. Di ba? So this means that if possible, again, we are to avoid taking matters in our own hands. That is, first, i-report na to sa authorities kung naana ang utanga, or simply to flee for safety first. Or if you can subdue the assailant by any means possible to preserve even the life of the violent people, ibuhata na siya by any means. You also consider the life. Kung imo siyang patyon nga unreasonable kayo, kay imo naman to siyang nahiktan, wala naman siya nilihok, imo paging gibunalan para mahuman, dinahimo na nang nakamurder na ka. Because again, you have the duty to what? To defend the lives of all. even the lives of our assailant. If possible, imo siyang ma-preserve, preserve it. That's why nag-ingon ang atong catechism, just defense. You see? Just defense. So, meaning, we are not to resort to take one's life immediately. Na gitawag nga maximum tolerance. Maximum tolerance. Pailob lang yun, pailob lang yun, pailob lang. And then we defend ourselves and defend even the attackers if possible. But by any means, we are to defend ourselves and others as well against violence or against danger. That is our duty. So the first duty to defend others is to defend others and to defend ourselves from physical danger. Second is to defend ourselves from suffering God's wrath, which is nag-ingon diya, patient bearing of the hand of God. You see? Because kung baga pasuko sa Ginoo can take away our life. So you defend yourself against the wrath of God. Because ang kasuko sa Ginoo sa imong kagahig ulo, pwedeng kwaon nimo iyang kinabuhi. Dili man makasala ang Ginoo, but dili madipinsaan imong kinabuhi against the wrath of God. Because walay makadepensa nato dinhi sa kasuko sa Ginoo na dili ta mo patuo saya. So what does patient bearing on the hand of God mean? Si Vos ningon siya, patient submission to the will of God as it is disclosed to us by the events of God's providence is necessary for our true mental, spiritual, and physical well-being. Matod pa niya, to be impatient or rebellious against the hands of God is essentially self-destructive. Meaning, if you're not patiently bearing of the hands of God, ang gamot sa Ginoo by His providence, sometimes He would allow sufferings. Sometimes He would allow trials and tribulations sa atong life if you don't patiently bear and go against the will of God by rebelling against God, by doing things like, for example, i-allow sa Ginoo ang kalisdanan sa imong kinabuhi kawaladon, nasuko ka sa Ginoo, dili ka bear patiently sa providence sa Ginoo putting you in that situation. Mo resort ka, mangawat na lang po, patyon ko to si Kwan kay para ma-provide. Then you're putting yourself under the wrath of God. You're not preserving yourself. You're not defending yourself against death because God can strike you to death. So muna ipasabot din ni Boss. Dingon din siya din to be impatient or rebellious against the hand of God is essentially self-destructive. For only in submission to God's will and in harmony with Him can our true destiny be reached and our true welfare secured. This is involved in the basic truth that human beings are creatures of God, and their true welfare consists in union and communion with God. When Christian people are impatient and rebellious under God's providential dispensations, allowing hardships, they dishonor God and injure themselves. See, kung dili ta patience sa providence sa Ginoo, allowing troubles, hardships, even kanang mga griefs, di ba? Musupako na tong Ginoo ana, we're putting ourselves at risk. Self-destructive, injuring ourselves. So first is, to defend ourselves and others' lives against physical danger. And second, against or from suffering God's wrath. So patuo ta sa Ginoo, be still and know that God is God even sa atong mga unfavorable mga circumstances, because it is by God's providence that brought you there. Na purpose ang ginawa na. If you study the scripture, all God's purposes ato is always good for us. Muna kung namos kalisdanan, ay ayaw good magsupak sa Ginoo because God is so good. Gibutang kaniya na sa purpose, that His purpose is always good. So ayaw gamita ang imong kalisdanan nga mo rebelde ka against sa Ginoo because you're not defending yourself. And you cannot defend yourself when God, di ba, judges you. So third is physical danger, second is suffering from God's wrath. Ikatulo nga butang i-defend nato atong kaugalingon is from mental and emotional stress. O sana sa pag-depend nimo sa imong kaugalingon, not only yourself but to defend others also. Ayaw gid sugot nga maglabad ang ulos mga tao sa imuha nga moy ilang ikamatay. Di ba mga tao na konsumisyon kayo ang mga ginikanan, namatay ang ginikanan kay konsumisyon sa mga anak. Their children are not defending their parents against death. We have to defend ourselves and others from mental and emotional stress, ningon dinhi, quietness of mind and cheerfulness of spirit. One of the leading causes of heart attack is stress. Kasi kung ikaw mo'y nakaingon sa stress, namatay siya, ikaw mo'y nagpatay sa iya sa tinuod lang. Mo na ang gingon diri, di ba? We must defend not only ourselves but others, na di sila mamatay sa kaponsumisyon tungod sa atua. You see, when we do not avoid such stress, we are like killing ourselves, or causing mental and emotional stress to others is like killing others softly as well. Yeah, so in other words, to protect, we must have the duty to defend ourselves from stress as well as others. So dili ta mahimong stress po sa ila. So ayaw kayo mo ka-stress. Ay kay ka-stress sa unsay kaunon, unsay di ba? Ay kay mo ka-stress kung di na mo kabalay palasyo, di na mo kasakyanan, ay kay mo ka-stress, di ba? Kay basin og matay po kag sayo tungod ana. Proverbs 12:22, a joyful heart is a good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. So defend yourself from physical or emotional, mental stress. Stress na kay ka, bayron nun, dahil bayron nun. Matayin lang ka, di na nun na mabayaran noon. Yeah. One way, mayo gyapon na kay wala kay di na ka makabayad, kung luoy mo kay mong yutangan, di na ka bayad, matay kag sayo. Di ba? So dili ta ma-stress sa mga baylero noon sa simbahan nang atong isaluon ang kitatanan, especially atong mga deacons, kay para nga dili ma-stress si RP, kay mawadran niya ko kasawa, mawadran gid mo pastor. Di ba? Hindi na ako may imagine din nga malagad pa ko din wala ko asawa, kay wala mo ko kapikas. Di ba? So atong tabangan nga di ta ma-stress, di ba? Mentally, emotionally. So let's help one another, di ba? Ease the burden sa uban. Kung daghan kay mugsudan dia ipanghatag sa uban kay na-stress na sila. Sing mamatay na sila sa dilos ka gutom at namatay sa stress. So kada we must defend ourselves and others. Physical danger from suffering God's wrath, and then from mental and emotional stress. And number 4, sa gitawag og pag-defend sa atong kaugalingon is ang gitawag nga we must defend ourselves from physical ailments. Di ba? Must defend ourselves from physical ailments. Nagisulti dia as part sa category sa atong answer, ingon siya, a sober use of meat, drink, physique, sleep, labor, and recreation. So you see, that is munang ingon nga that to prevent din, to defend rather ourselves from physical ailments, simply atong buhaton, feed yourself properly. Diba? So to defend ourselves, di ba? I-depend nato sa di ta matay sayo. Hindi po sila matay sayo, mga tao under our care. Defend their lives and defend your life by feeding them properly. Pakanag sakto mo na niya by sober use of meat and drink. Sober. Di ba? Dili kay gipakaon lagi nimo, pero gipakaon man nimo og daghan king pagkaon nga makadaot na sa ilang lawas, nga mo na no ilang gikamatay noon, mura gipatay nimo sa pinagi sa pagpakaon. Di ba? Pakanon na tutong kuglingon so that we will not suffer malnourishment, which could again lead to death and could possibly lead to death. Now we must feed ourselves properly. Di ba? Sakto na gabuhaton ni Sister Nunit nga kaon lang gid og saktong pagkaon. Sober pag-eat sa meat o drink. Kanang meat, di lang na sa karne, meaning food and drink. Mag-drink po ka, ayaw po pagpalabi o drink. Kaya naraba sa murag, kumbaga, everything must be in moderation. Kay even good things, kung masobraan na siya, sa ngalan nga ni sobra na siya, murisulta na nagdi mayo. Diba? Sobraan ka og drink, og sweet kay nga mga drink. Okay ra man na siya, di ba? Necessary man na ang sugar sa atong body. Pero masobraan na siya og sugar, di na sober ang pag-drink, you're actually killing yourself. So sober, not excessive, but normal and healthy nga diet. So otherwise, such will result to overnourished, unhealthy, ma-obese ka, dali ka mamatay. So you're actually killing yourself. If you're not feeding yourself properly and those people under your care, dili mo sila gapakanon og mga healthy nga mga foods, you violate the sixth command. You're actually killing them. Yeah? You're not defending them against things that would cause their death. See Proverbs 25 verse 16, if you have found honey, eat only enough for you, lest you have your fill of it and vomit it. Diba? Suka raman, pastor. Isuka na to, kay nalanag na, hapit na mamatay. Meaning, kung may honey, there are mga pagkaon nga maayo, kaon lang og sakto. Ayaw kayo eat to death. Eat until you die. Diba? So, in other words, wisdom, protect, defend your life by feeding yourself and others properly. Proverbs 35:27, it is not good to eat much honey, nor is it glorious to seek one's own glory. 1 Corinthians 6:12-13, all things are lawful for me, ningon si Paul, but not all things are helpful and beneficial. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be dominated by anything. Food, insya, is meant for the stomach and stomach for food. God will destroy both one and the other. But the body for the Lord and the Lord for the body. See, when we feed ourselves, because the body is for the Lord, dili nato patyon ang atong kaugalingon, but we must defend ourselves from malnourishment and ailments by feeding ourselves properly. See, yung nila, anong di man nato tan-aw ng mga tambok na tao nga sinful. Nanambok na sila kay sinful naman. Sobraan nagkaon. You see, nahinay gasultian na. Di ba? Because they're actually eating themselves. They're not actually protecting themselves by having healthy bodies. So second, to protect our bodies or defend our bodies or selves from physical ailments, pakanon natong sakto, ang atong katikism nag-ingon din diya, kanang gitawag nga physic, or mo ba na pagbasa? Physic. Kanang physic means to defend ourselves from ailments, we must defend ourselves from ailments by medicating ourselves necessarily. When we are sick and ailing, we must seek the help of physicians and take necessary medicines or undergo necessary operations, blood transfusions, kaya ang uban, di na sila ani, kay sala daw sa Ginoo. And then, actually, you're killing yourself and you violate the sixth commandment. So we take medicines, we seek the help of the professionals, ang mga doctors, and Ginoo nagbutang ana sa ila, and their purpose is to preserve our life and the life of our loved ones or others. In other words, kung magsakit ka, panambal pod. Ayaw ingon, Ginoo ray mag-ayo nako. Tingalan lang ka na nakaslangit, Lord, wala lagi ko nimo ayo ha. Wow, buka nagpatambal. Diba? Na yung mga tao ngayon na, di ba? Di na sila ga patambal kay ang Ginoo ray mag-ayo sa ilaha. Diba? Sayop na nga teaching sa uban nga, diba, di na ta manginom og tambal kay ang Ginoo ray mag-ayo. Diba? Know that by God's providence, God uses in His providence the means of medicines and the care of kaning mga professional nga mga caregivers or doctors to restore us to health. That is, if we believe in faith healers, why would you not believe in professional healers? Itong sayop, mutuot ta sa faith healer, di tagato aning nangiskwela. Maayo butag ka ng mga faith healer, tinuod gid na siyang faith healer, kay naman toy faith healer nga na viral kay nagpa-check up, kay high blood. Yan sige pangayo sa uban, yan siya nagpa-check up. High blood. Diba? So when we don't take medicines, kay mo yung Ginoo ray mag-ayo na ako, may magyapon na, pero lagi sabtang ang providence sa Ginoo, He uses medicines. Diba? So take nga mga nutrients or mga supplements rather, diba? Low carb or whatever para ma-healthy ka. And then kung magsakit ka, panambal pod. Panambal pod. 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 23, ningon si Paul kan Timothy, kay na siya frequent ailments, ningon si Paul, no longer drink only water, but use a little wine for the sake of your stomach and your frequent ailments. In other words, Paul is saying kang Timothy, si kag sakit imong tiyan, panambal pod. Tambali pod imong kaugalingon. Ay lang sige inom og tubig, pag inom pod og wine kay medicinal man na makatambal man siya. Di ba? So, if we don't take medicines because we trust God alone for healing, then we might as well not work or sow seeds. Di ba? Di na tayo manarbaho. Salig lang tas Ginoo. We know that that kind of principle is foolish. We know that even if we work, ang Ginoo'y nag-provide. None of us moingon dinhi, ang trabaho ko, wa nag-provide ang Ginoo sa ako, ako'y nanarbaho. Walay mo'y nana sa tuwa dinhi because paluta. That even nag-labor ta, we know that ang atong labor is God's means by His providence to provide what we need. So kung muing kang ginuray mag-ayo nimo di na ka manambal, di nimo dili nimo saligan ang iyang providence that He uses the means of medicines and doctors and hospital nga para maoperahan ka, matangtang ng gahi kay nga kasing-kasing pulihag bag-o. Ang pump na. Sama ra nang muing ka nga di ko magtrabaho kay ginuray magpakaon ako. Unsa ka langgam? Yeah. Ang langgam ang gani ka pangita, wa magani na sila gakanon by God's providence, giyahan sila sa Ginoo diha sa imong lamisa nga naimumho. Di ba? So in other words, nagi labor. So to defend ourselves from physical ailments, pakaon, ikaduha, panambal, ikatulo, sumala din sa atong kategisan, sleep, labor, and recreation. In other words, aron nga ma-defend nimo imong self nga di ka matayg sayo, katulog, sleep properly. That is how you defend yourselves from ailing. Otherwise, you're killing yourself. You sleep properly. Pero, ayaw po og sigig tulog. After nagagalas 12, alauna, alas 2, tulog lang gyapon ka. Ayaw, ana. You're killing yourself. Actually, matod palagi, kanang pagkatulog, Bert, practice nas kamatayon. Ayaw mastira, mabut na kagalaw na alas 2, gimaster na nimo. Wala na kay kabalo imong makauban og naa pa ba ka diha, buhi pa ba ka? So matulog ta for the sake nga dili ta magsakit. Kaya kung di ta mga tulog properly, notice naging ko dinhi sleep properly. Unsa may proper sleep? Di ba? So may proper sleep. Alas 2, alauna, di naman siguro na proper sleep ng alauna sa kadlawon, di ba? Di naman na sleep. Kaya ang katulog sa gabi na buhaton dili sa kadlawon. Kanang kadlawon part na sa buntag. Ang uban na ganihan na, ng mata na gani, kay nagdaro na. Ikaw mo pa'y pagtulog nimo kay nag-Facebook ka. Di ba? So, katulog og tarong. Tulog kag alas 10. Di ba? Tulog ka alas 10, alas 11, tulog na ka. Then mata ka og sayo. Alas 6, di ba? Alas 5, mata na ka. Exercise, nangapi na ka, basag Bible, di ba? Kaya og tulog nga mura ra kag kapakamatay diya nga wala na bangunay hantod alas 12, alauna, alas 2, alas 3. Proverbs 24:33-34. A little sleep, a little slumber gani, a little folding of the hands to rest. And poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. In other words, pahulay lang sakto. Sleep properly. And then, ayaw palabi kay malabian na, mapobre ka diha. Poverty will come like a robber, and want, in other words, ang pagpanginahanglan mo abot like an armed man. So first is, katulog. Hago, Bert, pero katulog yun. Katulog properly. And then second, labor normally. Ay, sige, katulog. Trabaho, pod. Kaya nga naman, kung di ka mo trabaho, di mo ma-provide yung pagkaon, matay kag sayo. Asa magpagkaon? You see, to defend ourselves from physical ailment, tulog ta, and then manarbaho tag sakto. Dahil ko din labor normally. Ayaw sigig overtime. Ay sigig overtime. Kaya matod pa nila, magsigig mo kag overtime, ang akti imong kapitaon sa overtime, para na bayad sa imong funeral. Muna ilang ingon. Kaya kanay imong sigig trabaho, kanang magtrabaho kag normal, ang purpose ana para makakaon kag sakto. Kung magsige na kag trabaho, di na normal ang imong pagtrabaho. Ang purpose ana para makapalit kag lugnanan. So work lang, labor, di ba? Normal lang ang pag-labor. Overtime pa nalagsa, ayaw gid sige overtime, nga bisag nanakas balay, sige gyapon kag overtime. Mo man ay danger pod sa trabaho nga work from home, di ba? Kay di na ta kabantay nga nas balay, work from home lang gyapon ta. Di ba? Proverbs 13 verse 4, a sluggard craves and gets nothing, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied. Pugi man manarbaho. So manarbaho gid ta. Proverbs 21:25, the desires of the sluggard kills him, kanang tapulan mo na ikamatay. For his hands refuse to labor. So ayaw sig tulog, trabaho pod para nga maproteksyonan ka sa ailments so that ma-provide ang imong needs. And thirdly, sa kanang pag prevent or defend ourselves from ailments is sa nang biginan dia, sleep, labor, and recreation. In other words, tulog, trabaho, relax pod. Part ang relaxation. Kung dili ka magsige relax, sila kag trabaho, labi nagsige na po kag tulog, o sige kag trabaho, mas stress ka na. That's why gi-appeal nila din wisely, yung kinahanglan magbaton ta og panahon nga maka-relax ta. Recreation, kumbaga matulog but dili sigig palabig tulog, magtrabaho but dili sigig palabig trabaho. Kay kung di man ka mamatay sa kagutom kay nakay kwarta kay trabaho, basin ikamatay nimo ang sobra kayo kahago. That's why pangitag panahon nga mag-relax ka. Di ba? Relax panalagsa. In other words, balanse atong kinabuhi to defend ourselves from physical ailments. So, di nato atimanon ni sa kaon, di nato atimanon sa pagkatulog, di nato atimanon sa pagtrabaho para maka-provide of recreation para maka-relax, ma-stress tag maayo. You're not defending yourself against death. Kuha nimo? So first is natay duty, i-categorize din preserve life. Di ba? Ang duty nato to preserve life. Wala ganahing uban paminaw, to safeguard the life of others, and then to defend the life nimo o life sa uban. Di ba? And then finally, we have the duty to support and promote the life of everybody. Kanang third nga bay diha. So I hope di ta magilty ani after ani, di tagan kay ni dinhi di ta magilty of violating the commands of God. Mamatay kag sayo ayaw basula ang Ginoo. Third, by charitable thoughts. Kaganiya, evil thoughts man to. Karon charitable thoughts, love, compassion, meekness, gentleness, kindness, peaceable mind, or peaceable mind na, sumpay na. Peaceable mind, or mild. Mild and courteous, siguro basin. So, mild and courteous speech, or rather, that's sakto na. Mild and courteous speeches and behavior. Forbearance, that's patience. Readiness to be reconciled. Patient, bearing and forgiving injuries, and requiting, that is repaying good for evil. Comforting and succoring, that is helping the distressed, and promoting, or rather protecting and defending the innocent. So how do we support and promote life? So, primero, i-safeguard na to. Second, i-defend na to. I-promote na to ang life. Diba? Atong i-support ang life sa tanan. Diba? By charitable thoughts, first is, how do we support the promote life? By having a good disposition towards others. That is, ang atong disposition towards others, charitable. Di ba? Ang atong thoughts, charitable, and love, compassion, meekness, gentleness, and kindness to others. Kaya lagi kung if we do otherwise, mapatay man nato sila. So para ma-preserve ilang life, para po nga ma-promote ang ilang life, and they would live together with us with confidence nga dili gaka-endanger ilang life kay kita nga nagpalibot sa ila is charitable, loving, di ba? Compassionate, meek, gentle. You see? In other words, malayo ta sa away, sa conflict when we have good disposition towards others, as well as others also will live a life of comfort and safety when makabalo sila nga we have a good disposition towards them. You see, in other words, we support or promote life when we bear the fruit of the Spirit of God in our lives as we deal with our neighbors. Manotice nimo ni, these are the fruits of the Spirit. In other words, if you live according to the fruit of the Spirit, to be kind, patient, and so on sa uban, mahimo nga nakasupport ka sa ilang life. They would live comfortably in safety, nga dili sila, wala sila sa danger because, again, kita nga nagpalibot is na good nga disposition towards them. Second is by ang atong pag-support sa life o pag-promote sa life. Second, by good manners and right conduct. See, by good manners and right conduct. Peaceable, mild, and courteous speeches and behavior. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 to 12. Si Peter, finally, all of you have unity of mind, sympathy, brotherly love, tender heart, and humble mind. Do not repay evil for evil or reviling for reviling, but on the contrary, Blessed for this you were called, that you may obtain a blessing. Ayun din siya, for whoever desires to love life and see good days, let him keep his tongue from evil, and let his lips from speaking deceit. Let him turn away from evil and do good. Let him seek peace and pursue it, otherwise you die early. Yeah. Proverbs 15:1, a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Kamantay mo, daghang kaya tao nga namatay, napusilan, tungod kay isa ra ka pulong nga di maayo nga speech, di ba? Muna nga bantayan nato ang conduct, our speech, how we live, how we say, how we talk, how we speak words. Kay waka kabalo kanang imong gisulti mo na imong sentensya sa imong kamatayon. Di ba? That's why na yun ang Proverbs, soft answers turns away wrath. So dili ta mahimong haras, di ba? Para nga ma-promote nato ang life nato, life sa uban is kinahanglan mahimutang peaceable, mild courteous ang atong speeches, ang atong behavior is we behave properly. God, dili ta mo provoke sa mga tao to anger. Let us speak words that are harsh nga ma-provoke sila sa kasuko nga mahinaykan na nun tanila. Manaingon nga pakulatahan na hinoon kay ba mo nagbantay pataka ra magyawit. Diba? So bantayan nato itong mga ba nga di ta makulatahan kay basing mo na itong ikamatay og sayo. Daghan nakapatay og daghan pod napatay sa gagmay or kanang gamay ra kay nga istorya pero sakit. Diba? Insulting. So thirdly, to support, to promote life of everybody, first, natay good disposition, good manner and right conduct towards them. We speak and act well. And then third is valuing relationships. Third is valuing relationships. Yung dia, forbearance, readiness to be reconciled, patient, bearing, and forgiving injuries, and requiting, that is repaying good for evil. We value relationship. Because if you don't value relationship, di ta mo forgive, di ba? We disobey God's commands and then mahulog ta sa bitterness to the point that we kill and murder one another from the heart. So first, there is forbearance. Ephesians 4:2, we must forbear, we must be patient for the sake of relationship. In the name si Paul, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love. Readiness to be reconciled. Matthew chapter 4 verse 24, yung si Jesus, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First, be reconciled to your brother and then come and offer your gift. Patiently or patient bearing and forgiving injuries. Ephesians 4:32. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you. And then requiting, repaying good for evil. Romans 12:17. Repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. Romans 12, sa unahan, 20:21. To the contrary, ningon si Paul, if your enemy is hungry, feed him, or rather, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. For by doing so, you will heap a burning coals on his head. Ningon din sa 21, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. So we support or promote life when we value relationships. When we value relationships, we become patient, we become ready to reconcile, ready to forgive, willing to forgive, and willing to repay the evil na itong gibuhat with good, or willing to repay utang. Gana, para makip at relationship. So, di ba? So, nakuha mo? So, we support or promote life by having a good disposition towards others, by good manners and right conduct, and by valuing relationships. And finally, to preserve our life, mga igsoon is, or rather to promote life is by readiness to assist in difficult situations. That's last portion that, is it last? Last. Yung siya, comforting and succoring. That is, succoring means to help the distressed and protecting and defending the innocent. So, to comfort, believe. Kung na may nangamatyan, hilak tauban sa ila, ato silang i-assist sa ilang lisod nga panahon. Kung hilak na sila, tabangan na itong hilak para nga mahurot ilang hilak, para ma-comfort sila. Anay nag-uban sa ila, di ba? Mualalay ta, di ba? So, musuporta, ma-comfort ta, then musukor, mo-help sa mga distress, helping others when they are in difficult situations. Tabangan na to sila. Kay aron nga, dili sila matay sa iyo, kay na sila sa kalisdanan. And then protecting and defending the innocent. That is to defend the life of everybody, especially the innocent. Di ba? So, we all have this duty to assist our neighbors in difficult situations, especially when those that are in life-threatening itawag na situations. We must preserve their lives. That is our duty. So summary, the duties generally required in the sixth commandment, unsa to? Simply to, ang duty nato generally is simply to preserve the lives of all, including unborn children. Di ba? Ourselves and others, apil na itong pamatao, di ba, nga mga bata nga nasa taguangkan, kinahanglan ato silang proteksyonan against the abortion, di ba? And then to preserve life, we must do whatever is lawfully necessary to preserve life of everybody. And of course, this includes kaning three things. This includes these three things. That is the duty nato to safeguard the life of everybody, and then to defend the life of everybody, and then to support the life of everybody. Ano mo? So, na may summary din eh. Sige, akong basahon ang summary ha para mabuo sa imong una-una. Primero, to safeguard the life of everybody. How do we keep the life of everybody safe? First, by resisting all thoughts and purposes, by subduing passions, and by avoiding occasions, temptations, and practices which tend to take away the life of others. And then second, to defend the life of everybody, we must defend the life of everybody and ourselves from physical danger. So, protect the violence. From suffering God's wrath, we obey the Lord. And then from mental and emotional stress, di nato sila ipa-stress, matay sila sayo. And then from physical ailments, so to prevent, to defend ourselves from physical ailments, ito, we feed ourselves properly, we medicate ourselves necessarily, padoktor ta, manambal ta, and then by resting, working, and relaxing regularly. And then thirdly, to support and promote life of everybody. How do we do this, mga ison? This by having a good disposition towards others, by good manner and right conduct, and by valuing relationships, and by readiness to assist in difficult situations.